You know, I'm gonna look forward to. You hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, man, yeah, man.
Yeah, I look forward to a good turnout. But even so, Muta, and I personally, I want to see GA people there too, because this event is really high times. Cannabis Cup is just a part of the event. The event is called Rastafari Roots Fest because it's showcasing the authenticity of Rastafari culture, food, music, you know, all the other aspects of the culture, because for too long, I think the culture has been misrepresented, especially, you know, reggae musicians going abroad. And this is what the international community see as representing Rastafari. So I want to invite the international community who can come, see, look for Rastafari, hear Rastafari philosophy, what documentary, listen seminars, presenting on Rastafari and his Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie.
You hear that? You hear that? A hustle higher via hustle, you know. Since when Rasta and White your friend? Imagine IRV and him friend them one with a mix, mingle and hang out with the children of the slave master on a social level where nothing no straighten out yet regarding reparations and repatriation. How would this that brother that come from? Is a hippie thing IRV one we forget involved in. That is why him say him want GA people to come. Him already know say high times have 30,000 hippie followers and him expect some of them. I must see them full up the hotel them. So with this mentality, what can a man like IRV teach anybody that can make sense when they don't even know who the enemy is? By the way, it must be understood to say RFM is not a Rasta station. RFM is a reggae station, even a liberation station, but RFM is not a Rasta station, especially for those Rastas who have grown comfortable with white people for whatever reason. Forget black investor, whether local or abroad, to invest in our ganja promotion in a Jamaica. That is a breeze. Yet this ugly brother here go foreign go find some white people who him don't know for sponsoring ganja dance. Yes, that is what it is, a ganja dance for white people, like what the hippie them used to keep in California for 3, 4, 5 days. This festival is designed to accommodate white ganja smokers. Subsequently, it will discredit and contaminate the local ganja festival we are going for the last 12 years. I have if you know say, Rastafari is a revolutionary organization who come out of the Nyabingi, which was the defense department in our liberation struggle during our enslavement. So, not because Rastafari now physically kill the oppressor like the Nyabingi. Rastafari remain a revolutionary organization to teach this and upcoming generations about our great African history. It was not created to act as a social club for white ganja smokers or to facilitate their lifestyle or their needs. This is the heights of treachery, greed and ignorance all mixed up in a one. Socializing with white people should be the last thing on Rasta mind till things get sorted out. This Rasta have no business in a no joint venture with the children of the slave master from foreign and the government of Jamaica on the subject of ganja and Rasta in a Jamaica in a any way, shape or form. These things are strictly Rasta business. This present Jamaica government is useless to protect the local population from exploitation. Small farmers, they will have to be licensed by the government licensing authority. And this includes procedures like application farm. And one of the questions then when we sure whether upon the farm is, do you have a criminal record? And if you have a criminal record, you are going to be disqualified. Well, do you think many small ganja farmers have a criminal record for possessing ganja? Yes, they do. That means enough of them so-called small ganja farmers, them now get no license. So who will get it? It is those who never plant ganja before, those who live uptown. It is the bastard children of the slave master that was left behind. Those who was left behind during the white absentee ownership period of the early 1900s. Now is not the time to cater or party with the offspring of the slave master's children. The people them where I work with from foreign when name High Times, them deal strictly with artificial ganja where them plant indoors, in your basement, in your house top, in your apartment, your warehouse, your greenhouse. Them even have one weed box where you can hide in your closet and grow weed. What kind of weed them people are deal with? We is outdoor people. We plant ganja outdoors. So that is two different things. We is two different people. Now, if we are going to do anything with ganja with another race, when it comes to the slave master's children, we have other things to sort out far more important than any ganja business and ganja association. It not go work, you know, IV. It not go work. High Times I go shake you out. Steve Biko say, anytime you see a black man sit down with white people and have a cup of tea, that man will misrepresent his people. High Time see this event here as the perfect opportunity to get them foot in at the ganja door of Jamaica using Rasta. As far as them see it, if Rasta in a Jamaica endorse in a one ganja program, you well endorse. And that is true. You don't need no more approval from nobody. After that, High Times plan to take over the whole event and left IV to walk up and down upon the grounds and sell stick weed. That'll go happen anyhow the show successful. Them are going to just run with IV and take over everything. Then just look a place to set up shop. IV must know say Rasta is a revolutionary response to the brutality of white people during our enslavement. It's not a ganja club female and white friend them from foreign to get together and smoke ganja and laugh about them narrow escape from police story. Like Santa Davis who drive well left Peter Tosh for dead, IV have it backway and upside down. And as soon as the people who believe in him realize a trick High Times trick him and take over, I saw IV problem I go start. And all this time when them say on the radio, say IV da foreign. I link the ugly boy, I link up with the slave master's children to come a yard, come disrespect the local people and mix up the culture. This brother here is very dangerous to the community in the long term because he is very friendly with the enemy who is only after our natural resources. It obvious say IV have no knowledge regarding the brutal relationship between white people and black people in Jamaica. I'm only interested in getting a financial benefit out of ganja. Imagine a so-called Rasta welcoming the slave master's children to Jamaica. That worse than Portia who welcomed the British Prime Minister, at least when she do it with a surprise. But a Rasta man? This is unbelievable. This is madness. How can a Rasta man associate with white people who admit so them plan to introduce for them genetically altered ganja in Jamaica? What go happen is, for ganja, the one where the people use, it's still going to be illegal. But the one where white people care from foreign, that the ganja they are go legal. Watch and see. IV is a dunce. He don't know nothing about the history of Rastafari and the history of Jamaica. Him is just a little ugly brother with dreadlocks who High Times rent. Him have no knowledge of why him have run from police. Him don't even know why there is a police force in the first place. Him is just a lazy Rasta. Him just want to plant weed, sell it to white people and make a money. This boy has no business about all the wickedness for white people do it, and still a do. This boy I want if you just forget, bring them in and explain for him brand of Rasta to them. Hey, that boy, how you do? You want to sing and dance with the enemy? That not go happen. This is one of the most despicable and treacherous acts of the century. How could a Rasta man associate with white people whose main focus is artificial hydroponic ganja production? I have here give Rastafari a bad name. I have here water down this thing bad. High Times I use Rasta to enter the world ganja market from Jamaica so as to reap the goodwill Jamaica ganja farmers work so hard to earn over the years as the best producer of ganja. How much money the local people make from the November event I sell peanut, cane and coconut water in comparison to high times, who make a whole heap of money and who are gear up to make millions more when them open them ganja supermarket. Them say the hotel them full, but who own the hotel them? White people. Who own the food and drink distribution center? White people. Who own the lights, camera and stage equipment? The craft market. Yes, the craft market where I sell pure imitation from China. The rent-a-car company them, restaurant, all the real money makers at the event where IAV put on with them white friend them from foreign and sanctioned by the Jamaican government is white people. It's only them one make money. When on one hand you have Rastafari, which is a revolutionary organization, Ganja, which is the mental provider of inspiration, and the people of Jamaica who were captured from Africa by white people on one hand, and on the other hand we have the children of the slave master with a pretty box and some artificial ganja, who have not repudiated the criminal acts of their ancestors who enslaved us for over 400 years in Jamaica. How in the world can we expect a good mix? As the sister said, this is cultural terrorism. High Times' only interest is to make a profit from ganja using IAV as the frontman because him have locks and he can be purchased. IAV go find himself a sell stick weed at these events to make money. The truth soon come to pass. IAV not too bright. Just look upon him and look fool. Him not aware that these acts are treacherous. Him not see too far. All him see is money. But him not know say High Times I look upon the same money. How can he trust these people? The only image these white folks see in this venture is money. Like Christopher Columbus, High Times have no interest in the Jamaican people. And if as leader of a ganja organization, I have think like this, imagine the mentality and followers them. One of them, him same name Prophet Greg, him did write one letter to the government and tell them say, they must send in the police and the soldier them to move out the young demonstrators them where the pinnacle who are demonstrate against those wishing to steal Rasta property up there. Him said the youth them a go about it the wrong way, so the government must use the police and move them out. Now, if an idiot like Prophet Greg have been given authority by his group to write letters on their behalf, they should have tell you about the general thinking of the group. Anyway, me did think say when IAV approach Muta for bringing him sound and bringing RFM in the whole program, Muta would have tell him say, nah man, we can't work with white people in a this a deal ya. This thing ya a fruition thing. Plus, Rasta have money now. Enough Rasta have money right just so in a Jamaica and in the Caribbean, even a foreign. You can't do like Ballad Leng who set up Sting. That will get black people bringle. You have to do like Rebel who set up Rebel Salute. Me think him go say it a go look away if Rasta join up with white people to put on a cultural production involving ganja and Rasta. It's just Rasta have a join with other Rasta upon this one yeah, and maybe even certain Ballad. At that me think Muta should have tell him. Well, after me think about it, me decide to call Muta and complain. So then now disclose say High Times is some white people who only deal with hydroponic artificial plastic ganja. That me call Muta for complain about. And for the record, me no know Muta, IAV, me no know nobody from Stepping High or Santa Davis who driver left Peter Tosh for dead. And as you can see, me is a so-called ballad. Well, who tell me if I call Muta upon the cutting edge November 4th, 2015 at about 2.5 hours in the program. Listen to the call.
Minor
with white people this year.
Yeah, what's about white people this year?
Yeah, I say after we have so much problem with white people this year, IFE are bringing some white people from high times.
IFE are bringing the white people. What do you mean IFE are bringing the white people? I mean, I understand that.
Well, high times, the big ganja dance now keep down there this month with high times. That's
all. Man sound like the man a fight getting something so.
What me talk about is nobody not talk for high times is some white people.
Then you never hear we say that a while ago. You never hear we say that.
No, me never hear when talk for high times is some white people.
Me ask if you never hear the interview a while ago.
Yes, man, listen to the interview.
You never hear me mention say nobody no care where they want to pull up white people go there. You never hear me talk about that.
Yes, pull up white people go there.
Yeah.
Like white people that Jamaica all white.
No, all white. No, function me talk about function. The function.
Yeah, white people that full function all while white people that full function. Yeah. But who knows say high times is some high Japanic ganja people from foreign. Nobody not say that.
Nobody don't know that. Nobody knows that some white people run high times.
So white people run high times.
So we're there. Who did feel say some black people run high times?
No, whether people want to feel say
everybody, wait no man, listen to me now. We can't say the word for fight, you know. You hear me I say now. You see the magazine there they about years and everybody knows that some white people run a magazine there. Everybody. Them keep the function in Amsterdam already. And for years, them keep it in Amsterdam. Everybody knows they're white people. Some don't know what I say.
So am I bringing some white people to teach me about ganja and Rasta?
Brethren, you sound like you fight the brethren or brethren. Or you mean people? Am I bringing white people? Hold on. Am I bringing white people to teach about Rasta? You never hear the man? You didn't hear the interview a while ago where me and the brethren attacked?
Me hear the interview with you and him.
Me and who?
IFE.
When me and IFE talk.
You know what you and him talk, man? When after I think him come from the Paul Bogle.
So let me ask you a question.
March.
You hear say some white people come talk about Rasta?
Me not hear that.
You never hear the brethren say they must separate the Rastafari village.
Separate what?
All right.
Only for bringing some white people to come deal with Rasta and ganja, especially in this time when all
you hear say white people come talk about Rasta.
They call them Columbus and Bagawaya what there. That is why the conversation. That's why you shift the conversation because the brother never knows say all you in I dance.
Me not the what?
The brother never knows say all you in I dance. You in a program.
Yeah. So
then you know, on a little.
We do a live broadcast from down there.
And then on the sky the white people man associate with the white people and want the people them get comfortable with the white people them. Star won't not deal with.
Are we there? Cost me too?
You want to
wait, me ask you, cost me too?
Me include you in the program because you talk about so many things. You play so much tape and talk about so many things. And then you introduce this brother now, like say them are some comfortable companion that we must get accustomed to. In the meantime, the people and brother, this come down and come tell we say some jail they want give we. And for the next I know we have some Rasta. I bring in white people to go and deal with ganja and Rasta. Them think they are folly Rasta. Them think they are folly.
So what you going to do about it?
Well, this is what I do about it.
You talk on the program?
Yeah.
Okay.
Me just talk about it, Rasta.
And you say you want to talk about it, I know I got to stop the program.
Well, when you talk about these people, I don't know the high times are some white people.
But everybody knows the high times are white people, but everybody who knows the high times are white people.
Everybody don't know.
Okay. So
you
right.
Make it look like everybody know. Maybe you know, but everybody don't know. Because when we listen to the conversation between you and IFE, you know, when we listen to it, you know, it told me this a dance on the facts as high times are some white people. As some white people who not associate with after we go on and talk all manner of things. I want to really deal with it. Now, you can't put on this thing with the next Rasta man that we're in our neighborhood. No more other Rasta people in the world who can put on the show we do know. We have to carry some white people, all the while we need some white people to back it up. If we can't set the example, if we can't set the example, to put on a Rasta show and a ganja show without white people who are dealing with hydroponic ganja, feel as 40 a year. Start a loaf or not loaf out this thing. Jano.
Alright, you done?
Yes.
Alright, sir, give thanks. Wow. Wow. Okay, so the man said me I bring in me and I don't know, make it run. I want to play about this tune here by I mean just I will keep I said Damian, but it's really Kimani Mali. This is
yeah.
The cutting edge.
You hear how Muta sound confused? I joke the truth, joke him, you know. This is what him say when the song done play.
Free us from these oppressors and the tactics that they used to oppress us.
You know, I understand something we are going on, you know. I mean, the virgin are getting involved in the thing still, but I understand this we are going on, you know. You have a group of man who, because they never get the first go with the high times people them and I have the connect with them. It's almost like a jealous thing going on. Yeah, it look like that going on, yes. It look like you have some man and I'm going to Rasta man too who is on the other side of IRV. It's like a few friction going on. I don't know why I get involved with that still, but it's like a friction going on that I should have get piece of this and I should have get part of that. And because I now get part of it, I am going to try find all the things them to discredit where I have here though in a Negril. I see say that I go on. Discredit that because I am not a part of it. Because I didn't want to be a part of it and I never get to go in part of it, so I have to discredit it every way possible. It's a terrible thing. You know. Yeah man, you talk about ego. You talk about ego and grudgeful and bad mind. You just hear it a while ago. Yes.
John, one thing I know for sure. Rastafari guy that protect us.
You hear what him say? You hear the madness, but you know you're nothing yet. Hear what Muta say again, just before him turn over the program to Matrix.
But you know, say, why? I tell you that program is something else, no. For really do them program right now, you have to make sure say your blood pressure no run go. I tell you man, for do them program man, you have to the amount of diverse calling and talking and your man have put me in some bracket and all that. Me never know so be in a bracket at you know. Me never know. The man say uno. Who don't bring white people have to come teach about Rasta and ganja. And some really cool. I don't know if you call them, rather. Some dirty-minded people them there. I mean, some people where you call dirty mind and some dirty mind that, you know.
Corrupt.
If you really come really a loop of Rasta, I mean, really, anyway, we don't have pressure the kids. I your program right already, so start your program because we don't have no more music we can play there unless we can play it till you're ready. I have to put some advertisement there.
Real thing.
You hear that? Muta thinks I want to have my picture in a one white magazine, a smile up with the children of the slave master, them turn upside of me. You wanna man, if me in a one picture with whitey, nobody now smile. Him call me the wickedest name them. Not even the people them who call him and call him Satan and the devil, not even them him no style so. But I one thing more tell Muta say no. Me and him never live in the same tenement yard. And the two away never buck up down a Coronation Market. Now, in the first call, when the dread tell Muta say Columbus back in the area again, Muta ask him say, where Columbus there? So he can go for him. Well, let me tell Muta where Columbus there. Him the right in front of Marcus Garvey High School in a Marcus Garvey Parish. In statue looking mean and prominent, I look right in a Marcus Garvey face. So, instead of them Rasta move that offensive statue of the killer of our people from in front of our first national hero, them invite Christopher Columbus' cousin to town. Is what really wrong with some Rasta? To confuse things even further, we find out say is a white lawyer I represent the Rastafari Millennium Council in a them case against IAV and the government about the authenticity of the festival as a Rastafari festival. What a thing. What a thing. Earlier, a idiot ballad when named Raymart Notice. He was the mayor of Spanish Town. Him give the keys to the city to one of Columbus' grandson when named Cristobal in July of 2004. Him give him these keys in a Emancipation Square at that. What a disgrace. But whether dreadlocks are bald, we have some black people who just can't do without white people. They have been bred, yes, they have been bred and domesticated to believe that they should feel honored in the presence of white people. Period, regardless of who these white people are. It look like certain Rasta and certain Bale that compete to see who can cater to the slave masters' children the most. How would them people here wait for take down Christopher Columbus statue? Sister Carbo from RFM, Sister Vereen from Nationwide, Sister Jackie Roots or Sister Charmaine. What a disgrace. These strong men and Whitey a friend. Them have a pleasant conversation. Them eat together. Them drink together. Maybe them even sleep together. Remember where the original term renter dread come from. Like Nelson Mandela, them find out so they can make a money if them get comfortable with the slave master's children and don't upset them too much. Them just have to wear too calm or too hot. Them talk liberation but live integration. Them talk about the problems. Sometimes them even talk about the cause of our problems. And then little after that, we see them around a table with our problem causer, having a friendly conversation instead of a confrontation. A hostile confrontation. Maybe one of them can ask one of them white friend to move a Columbus statue for them. Finally, come we hear where the white man from High Times have to say about how the ganja program in Jamaica have run.
In order to keep up with the medical marijuana market, Jamaica might have to import the strain of ganja that have more CBD in it.
Correct. But all they have to do is get a few plants here. Once you get a few plants here, it can be spread. They just need to get the strains here. Anyone can grow it. Anyone can grow it. Once you get the CBD strains here, you can have CBD flowers.
You hear that? You hear that? Them the one for ganja, you know. As a matter of fact, me feel say them have a secret plan to kill out for ganja. The kind of ganja will make we think and reason. The kind of ganja will make we capable of identifying the enemy. The kind will keep we alive and curious. They want to replace it with one where they make in the laboratory. The kind will not have no vibes in it. As the sister say, this is cultural terrorism. Them are thinking they're bigger than IAV and in marijuana club. Bigger than them. White young lad plan to use him and in club. All the white people them want from we is with ganja goodwill. With good ganja reputation and location. But not with ganja. Who would have ever believe say is a Rasta man? And him would be the one to help the producers of artificial plastic ganja to ease themselves in Jamaica. This ganja associated program, it only go undermine and pollute this generation and our local ganja production. Who would ever believe, say, is a Rasta man help you put this in place? IWV, you is nothing but a ugly disgrace. I don't even know if you belong to the black race. I'm sure, say, enough Rasta no agree with you. Only the one them want look at money, or look visa, or other things from white people. Education is one thing, socialization is another. If this Rastafari Roots Festival becomes successful as an annual event, the government of the day, them are going to work with High Times and help take over everything. Them are going to make them take over lock, stock and barrel. High Times are going to open their artificial ganja shop and call it the Ital Cannabis, and them are going to run with IWV and in crew and start work with some new Rasta. You think so that can happen? You think so that can happen? It start already. Me say it start already. Listen to this report where Sister Carbo make from down there, and Sister Carbo come from IRFM.
There is this other aspect, which is almost like an underbelly to the festival, where, as a media representative, me personally feel that there is some deception where international media have been invited to other seminars or meetings that appear to be secret meetings off the property. So if international media have been invited, then you expect that it is open to the media. But IRFM as the exclusive media to the High Times Cannabis Cup have not been told about these meetings. And I personally know of at least two, one at a hotel and one at a cafe, to which international media have been invited and to which we as local media are exempted. And then I can't talk for all local media. Most I can say that we are the exclusive radio and we have not been invited to these meetings. So that is a concern.
You hear that? You hear that? You hear what she say? She say IRFM no get no invitation to at least 2 big meetings. Now after you hear what Sister Carbo say, you still think the High Times can take it over and run with IRV? You think so that can happen? If them can exclude, if them can left out big IRFM, who is the exclusive media from meetings at this early stage, that means the IRV a chicken feed for them dashway. Chicken feed. But what about the government? What about the government, federal government, who is a member of this 3-piece suit? What them do since then? You know what them do? Them start a process for mentally recriminalize the use of fur ganja. Listen to the first stage of this process.
Attitude, future come first. We're so young, full of life. We don't need no ganja high. Don't let them pressure you. Them don't know what ganja will do. A message from the National Council on Drug Abuse. Attitude, future come first. We're so young, full of life. We don't need no ganja high. Don't let them pressure you. Them don't know what ganja will do. A message from the National Council on Drug Abuse.
You hear that? We should have really checked YouTube for the Constitution of Jamaica and find out what is written in Chapter 1, Section 6. Chapter 1, Section 6. To see who this government are really a report to. Because it's not we. It's not we. This early, subtle bad-mouthing of our ganja by this wicked PNP government of today is the first stage to justify importing the artificial plastic ganja from foreign while keeping ours in the criminal zone. You see what them refer to fur ganja negatively as a drug? Well, when the plastic ganja start coming from foreign, you have to hear how them are going to refer to that the ganja there as medical marijuana. What a demonic government, referring to one of God's plans as an abusive drug. Yet, the one where the slave masters' children make in their laboratory, them call it medical this and medical that. This a government is just as artificial as the ganja where them plan for import. Them is of no use to the people. Can we get one last off-the-cuff report about 1 month later after IRV put on in dance And this report is from Cabo from RFM when she talked to Arlene Henry, who is a public defender lawyer from the Public Defender's Office. Them did in a conversation about the Coral Gardens report. And this report covered the atrocity against Rastafari which took place in 1963 under the half-breed Prime Minister Alexander Bustamante.
Yeah, and it makes a lot of sense. For me, I was just at the Cannabis Cup in Negril, and this was one of the blatant, glaring issues that had me in a tailspin. I haven't even given a report yet back to my audience or anybody of how I felt about what I saw, because my fear was that Rastafari would be so pushed out of this, and only the few who could drag down the rest of the group, of the community, would make it out of that barrel in terms of being part of the renaissance, so to speak, the decriminalization of marijuana and what is to come. So that when I saw point 6, I thought brilliant, because it really does take care of that to some extent and address that fear that I had.
Yeah, what she said? She said it's so bad she can't say nothing right now to our listeners. But saying nothing about this big international event with RFM sponsor is actually saying a whole heap. The little way we hear tell we say the situation is actually 10 times worse than what we're doing here. That means a pure arms house going down there. We soon get all the details. I'm sure of that. Me no tell you say I have you idiot. You can't trust white people. I take them take over the thing. Already. One more thing. You ever hear about a festival, a Caribbean festival in Toronto, Canada, named Caribana? Well, maybe you don't hear about it because it no named Caribana again. The new owner, them give it a new name about 10 years ago. The new name is Scotiabank Toronto Caribbean Carnival. Yeah, the new name? Scotiabank Toronto Caribbean Carnival. How come the name change? And just so you know, the show still a go on today. It just have a new owner. Now, how come the name change? How come the owner change? You think say 25 years ago, anybody in their right mind from the management office of Caribana or from the Caribbean community in Toronto, Canada would ever think say anything like this could happen? Would anybody in their right mind ever think say Peter Tosh would be betrayed by Santa Davis when Santa Davis drive away and left him for dead? After them drop some secret crumbs on the floor, white folks emerged as the proud new owner of Caribana, this Caribbean festival, leaving the original organizers and the community in total dismay. Now, every August, when Scotiabank put on them float contest, because that is what it is now, them put at least $1 billion, yes, $1 billion with a B, in them back pocket, leaving the original organizers to fuss, argue, and fight about who sell out. There is always some program, business or activity that is fundamentally ours. Yet somehow white people seem to get them hand on it. How come? It's because we trust them. We have to start distrusting white people from day one. Our history is full of examples where black folks find themselves in deep trouble because of harboring distrust. How and who we trust is the manifestation of our intelligence. If we trust the wrong person, we will die. Ashe.